So my son is Jacob Miller. He died the 23rd of February, 2022. My son became ill at age 13 in Jamaica. While we were there, he went from doctor to doctor. No one could have found out what was wrong with him. No one found out. They said he had sarcoidosis, which was a unique, I'm told, a diagnosis for persons who live in the Caribbean countries. And so they started to treat him for joint pains. His eyes gave trouble. You can think about it. My son lived on medications for pain. And so my husband got an opportunity here in Canada, and he spoke to a doctor here. He was told that I would need to come with my son because I would have had more medical history than my husband knew. So when I came here, it was 2019. And so he came here quite well. We thought he was getting better until one night he had a swollen abdomen. So I took him to the hospital in Markham. And on this live, I would want to say thank you to Dr. Solo, because he and the nurses at Markham, that family at Markham, it's like my son was their pain. They went above and beyond, So I personally want to say thank you to Stouffville Hospital, because thick and thin, they were there with him. And so he started his chemotherapy. We thought things were turning around. And the thing that stood out for me, and the reason why I responded to Agile, was because the care, the patience, how his medications were administered, the chats that we had, this was significant for me. And during his 2.5 years in Canada, it has taught me not only to be appreciative of the time that I had with him, but to show that compassion, not just being his mother, but to just try to understand the pains that he went through. My son did 2 eye surgeries, and after he did them, they had to remove the tube from his eye because he didn't need it. And it was so painful, it was so confusing, it was so everything. So throughout 22 after burying him, you're trying to find your footing. I was a security supervisor up to November last year, and you're still trying to find your footing. It was from the experience with my son that you're still healing, but you become more aware of how short life is, and anything that you're doing should be well done, that you don't get to live with regrets that I didn't do enough. Did I take him to Red Lobster? Did I take him to the Keg? Did I give him his dinner on time, his breakfast when he needed it, his lunch? But rather, you tap yourself and you say, I believe I did enough. And it is the same fashion why I say, if you come to Agile, if you are going to help these people in community living, you have to have that familiar and that family values to bring to these individuals. So do not prepare things for them to eat that you don't eat, but prepare it the way that you would have it, because they too have families who want the utmost best for them. I thank you.